Such a beautiful and powerful process. I have renewed respect for women and the birthing process. Obviously, honour is always due to she who nature bestows the gift and responsibility of bringing forth life. But to witness it firsthand, especially when the baby is yours, naturally heightens your absolute respect. My love for Nahanda Sankofa is so deep right now. The way how she bossed the entire situation, for everything her mind, body and spirit went through to bring our child into being, for the bond that she already so clearly has, for loving and respecting me enough to be the father of our child. Mothers are the real G's. The term Mother Earth carries new meaning. Tenda Mwari, peace and blessings. This is Shakara back again for another new Black Daddy diary entry. This is reflection 2. So this is what I was thinking or what I noted down the day after my son was born. And yeah, I say son, I never knew he was a boy until he came out of the womb, because we never really wanted to know, you know what I mean? We wanted to just maintain and preserve that mystery until proper revelation comes. And yeah, although enough people kind of felt like, you know, coming into the process that because I'm a man, it's required that I'm gonna want a boy. I didn't really mind, yeah. I was not concerned with what gender, my baby was gonna be. I do want both. I didn't mind which came first, you know what I mean? But we give thanks, you know what I'm saying? 99.9% of people in the friends and the family circle were saying that it was going to be a boy, so they were correct in that prediction, you know what I mean? So yeah, the blessings are always welcome in whatever form they come. We're going to get into the reflection, but before we do that, in mentioning my family, I just want to big them up because, you know what I mean, in between the birth and the next day, which is what I'm reflecting on today, they all came down to the hospital, and the hospital was like only 2 people per bed. My family was like,
You brought Africa here.
Got those walker feet?
Are they?
Got those walker feet? Large and in charge?
Yeah. That's too risky. I think I'm there.
so yeah, you know what I mean? A lot of flamboyant characters were up in the, Labour ward and them things there, kings and queens, you know what I mean? Chatting things like,
Hi, baby, I love you so much. You were so lovely. And the way you came out was just like great, head first. And then you were like, gurgling all of your mum's juices. And then after you were just like, great. And then like you just lay down. And I saw that you were a boy, because boys and girls are different. And I saw the boy bits. And I was like, oh, yes, boy.
and going on like, so this is your Uncle Simba.
Boss man. Everyone say you look like me. You've got a good start in life. That's how it goes.
And behind him is your Auntie Rochelle. Say hi, Auntie
You're a
Rochelle.
Gemini, but you've got Libra looks.
You're born to send a 2-pot. That's the only thing.
That's the most important thing. That's right, Keefer. That is the most important thing. So yes, we love that, kings and queens, and I mean a lot of characters that are going to be shaping my son's character. And he has a nice flavour of individuals to bounce himself off of. You get me? So we look forward to that. I do look forward to seeing how his character is going to emerge and develop. You know what I mean? So yeah. And yes, making no apology for the fact that was the World Cup in the background. Yes, we watched the World Cup in the birthing room. We watched the World Cup throughout the Labour ward, kings and queens. And we even discussed the World Cup with some of the midwives and them thing there, you get me? And big up my son for following instructions and coming before the opening Nigeria match. Even though the match weren't even nothing to write home about, but we love that same way. You done know. Bruh. Your Mayu is it. Getting into this reflection now, and obviously this might sound a bit repetitive, yeah, based upon the previous day, reflection number 1, making no apology for that, because obviously I'm still, generating and marinating in the energy, yeah, of this new experience that I have had of seeing, my child come into this world. And so really on this day, I was still kind of just deep in that vibration, experiencing that awe that I spoke of in reflection number 1. One of the first like serious experiences that I had here was watching him being breastfed for the first time by his mother, the hand that I call for my queen. And yeah, that was like seeing him kind of go through his first challenge. Yeah. And I watched that, and he overcame that so nicely. He was having a feel for it for a little second. He had it in his mouth, and he wasn't really doing anything with it. And then he let it go, and he checked it out again, and then he was about that life. And ever since then, he's been fully about that breast. Yeah, like that's the only thing you really gonna get to hear him cry about. That seriously is that breast. You know what I mean? But obviously at that point as well, I'm seeing firsthand the bond that he's developing with his mother, you know what I mean? And so that was beautiful. The other thing is that his eyes were really intense, you know what I mean? From the time that he was born, like, that's one of the things I noticed in that first 24-hour period, where his eyes, they were very intense, you know what I mean? My personal physical bond began to develop with him over that period as well. As I explained before, I had to take him to get his medication and them kind of things there. And the first time he fussed a little bit, like every now and then, like for the breast and them things there. But the first time he really barred out, was when he had to go for a round of antibiotics, and they wanted to check they wanted to do a blood test because he was red, So my family were calling him red face, all right? But they went to take a blood test to rule out jaundice or surplus red blood cell count or something like that. And which they did, you know what I'm saying? He never had any of those things. But when they grabbed his foot to do the blood test, in Barlow, and that was not surprising, because when he was in the womb, even from when he was in the womb, whenever we took him to get a scan, if he was calm before we went to get the scan, he never sat still for a scan. Yeah, if they put it here, he move over yasso, and if they put it, he move over yasso, and it was like they had to do 2-3 scans certain time to basically get the full spectrum of whether he's alright or not. And I was proud of him because my son for the Babylon, we're Babylon, you know what I mean? So yeah, we did love that still. And then obviously there's a line in the reflection which speaks of this thing called love, and it's deep to me. Like the line was, the love I have for Nahanda is so deep right now. The love I have for Nahanda is so deep right now, and that's real. Because I know her and how seriously she takes the children, the raising of children. It's an honor to be trusted, in the way that she has trusted me to be the father of her son, to be the father of her child. And I was in that energy, like reflecting on that in that morning, and wondering if you can ever truly reciprocate, the love that a woman has shown you by by welcoming you into her being, because that's what she's doing, when she agrees to have your child, she's welcoming you into her being in a very specific kind of way. And I wonder if you can ever truly reciprocate that as a man until you have witnessed, and helped to guide her through the process of bringing that life into the world. And because I was experiencing a level of closeness, to her, and to her, closer than I've ever been to her, but to any woman in general for obvious reasons, you know what I mean? And that's a level of love that it's levels, you know what I mean? It's a beautiful thing, and not gonna lie, because of the energy that you're existing in, it's a creative energy. and it's a very intimate energy. And so, you know what I mean? Like you're looking at this woman and the vibration that you're in, and you kind of want to express the love that you're feeling at that moment in time in certain kind of particular ways pertaining to the energy and the vibration that brought about the situation in the first place. You know what I mean? Yeah, but you just have to wait. As you have to be patient. You know what I mean? Because I have to let the body recuperate and them things there. But it's real. You do feel like that. You do feel that closeness and the desire to express that closeness in that way. Does come about. But even without that, the intimacy is still very much present. I just wanted to hug her all the time, and you know what I'm saying, and kiss her up and them something there. So yeah, feeling very, very close, and yeah, that was enjoyable. Kept looking at our son, thinking, look what we did. You know what I mean? Them vibrations there. Which brings me to my next point, which is I feel like growing up here, there always seemed to be a taboo around men and the birthing process. Yeah. You have these images and stories of men not knowing how to deal with their woman going through childbirth, fainting in the delivery room, not wanting to look down there, and all these things, yeah? And I think that that's a deficiency, yeah, in terms of popular portrayals of manhood. And to whatever extent those popular portrayals reflect reality, we really have to deal with that as men. Yeah, I think we're missing a certain level of intimacy, understanding of women and womanhood, and even ourselves as men. Yeah, if we detach ourselves from one of the most important things, yeah, in our lives, in anybody's life, because all life has to go through this process in some way, shape, or form. And I just really think that it's really important for men to be raised, yeah, from young, like in terms of boys, yeah, to be in tune with the birthing process and what it means to bring a life into this world, and what a woman's body goes through. I just think it will add a positive dimension to our psychology as men, and how in turn we're equipped, yeah, to relate not just to the women that we're going to be intimate with, but the women that we are around in general, yeah. And I know some man ain't really feeling what I'm saying right about now, but I say it anyway, is it? Because I thought that's what I really, really feel. I'm convicted by that. And I'm convicted. I was convicted by that before having a child, and I'm even more convicted about that after having a child. Right, that concludes the second reflection, you know what I mean, of the new Black Daddy diary entries. So I give thanks to you once again for joining me. Thanking everybody that has taken their time to give feedback in terms of the opening reflection number 1. I proper appreciate the feedback. I'm glad people are getting something from it. I too am getting something from it. And please continue to share. Please continue to interact with me in these things, especially men, yeah, man them. I'm looking forward to black men, yeah, sharing their thoughts, their feelings, their meditations around what it is that I am choosing to share in these reflections, you know what I mean? Some brothers interaction is required in situations like these. So I look forward to that, kings and queens. And I'm saying, and sisters, feel free to join in as well. Yeah, you are most welcome. You are most welcome. Stay tuned for the next new Black Daddy diary entry, reflection number 3, which is going to be a serious one. I'm going to kind of develop on some of what I said today, but I'm remembering what I wrote. And I'm looking forward to delving into some of that science, kings and queens. So do stay tuned, and I'll see you in about a week's time for the next reflection. Peace, blessings, Tendamwari.